Let's face it, there's many railroad crossing accidents happening throughout the USA, mostly including freight trains. But passenger trains? That's putting the people's lives in danger. And this is the case for one train accident in Bourbonnais, Illinois. This is the story of the 1999 Bourbonnais, Illinois train vs. truck accident, or the Bourbonnais train vs. truck accident. On March 15, 1999, Amtrak train 59, the city of New Orleans, was running southbound running from Chicago, Illinois to New Orleans, Louisiana. 207 passengers and 12 crew members were on board the train. There were some of the passengers, including a few high schoolers from Jackson, Mississippi, returning from a skiing trip. For the locomotives in question, it consists of two P3DCs, 807 and 829. These two locomotives were 5 years old at the time, as they were fairly new to Amtrak, with 807 being built in May and with 829 being built in October 1993. For the causes of the city of New Orleans, it's unknown, but there's two things that we do know. Is the fifth car was being a sleeper car, and second, the train has 14 rolling stocks in total. The train departed Chicago, Illinois, on its way to New Orleans, Louisiana into the night, with the passengers getting tucked in and ready to sleep through the night. But they have no idea what trouble is laid ahead. Meanwhile, in a crossing located in Bourbonnais, Illinois, a truck driver goes by the name of John R. Stokes was driving his truck loaded with steel, was ready to approach the crossing, but the train was also heading to the crossing at 79 miles an hour. But the crossing didn't activate just yet as the train got closer and closer. But the crossing did eventually activate, but Stokes proceeded through the crossing as driving around the gates, as he thought there's no train coming by. But he forgot that city of New Orleans was coming down the line at high speed, and once the engineer saw the truck, he applied the brakes, but it was already too late. At 9:47 p.m., Amtrak train 59 collided into the truck and derailed. Both the locomotives and 11 of the 14 passenger cars has also derailed, with the baggage car and one of the superliners torn 807 in half completely, and with 829 bending one of the superliners. As it looked for the aerial view, it looks like a tree or a keep. It depends on how you look at it. But however, worse to come. Both the locomotive's diesel fuel had leaked and started a raging fire, which resulting in emergency services arriving at the scene, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing, and they wasted no time trying to get the passengers out of the burning cars, and it was a hard time while the firefighters spouted the fire. In the end, 11 passengers were killed, 120 were injured, and they were later transported to a nearby hospital. This is marked as one of Amtrak's worst accidents, and this is not essentially worse than Amtrak's most worst big bio accident happened in '93. And so, this leaves us with a question. How can this accident ever happen in the first place? And why was Stokes trying to beat the train across the tracks? It was clearly Stokes' fault when the National Transportation Safety Board launched an investigation into the cause of the accident, as he was clearly trying to beat the train across the tracks. But once they looked deeper into Stokes' history, they couldn't believe it. With the help by the Illinois state and local agencies, it was found out that Stokes has been convicted for numerous traffic violations in the past, but this one is no exception. His trucking company, Melco Transport Corporation, has also been cited for safety violations. Although the NTSB's investigation placed the fault of the collision on Stokes and his failure to yield at the grade crossing, the Illinois State Police conducted their own investigations, but this time on the crossings. From the ISP's investigation on the crossing, it is concluded that the crossings may either failed or too late to warn about the train. And so here's how the crossing works. After the front axle had completely crossed over the circuit, it takes 20 seconds for these crossings to activate. Here's an example. But since the train was going too fast, the crossings can't activate fast enough for the train, like this scene in the movie Unstoppable.
We're bringing you live coverage right now on what could very well result in one of the worst disasters in the history of the state of Pennsylvania.
Well, this was technically true, as Stokes' truck went over the crossing at the same time right before the crossing was activated. But it still doesn't accuse Stokes trying to beat that train, and in 2004 he was found guilty. Stokes was later sentenced to 2 years in prison on September 21st, 2004 for logbook, manslaughter, and also service violations. In the end, 807 and 829 were both damaged beyond repair and scrapped, making 2 of the 3 P-43 scrapped during its service life, with the third one being 819, being involved in the most infamous accident, the Big Bayou Canal train accident. And in fact, one of the teenagers, Christina Baumgartz, actually shared her story. But if I showed it would be way too long, so I'll show you the video about her experience. Go check it out, I highly recommend. Unfortunately, if you go to the crossing today, you'll find out that it was removed because on January 17, 2006, the village board of Bourbonnais voted to permanently close the grade crossing. The reason for this is to prevent similar accidents like this happening in the future. It's been 25 years ever since this accident. Unfortunately, this will not be the last, as railroad crossing accidents are still happening today as of 2024. But let's just hope an accident like this can never ever happen again.